All right, for our next performance, we're going to have Brian Lane come up to the stage. Now, I just have to say one thing, because over the years, we've seen Brian's many talents and abilities on stage. He's probably most famous for his evolution of dance performance. You're so lucky to see that. Okay, but tonight, however, Brian is bringing a new talent to the stage, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. So please welcome Brian Lane.
Hey everybody. Wow, it's great to be here. There we go. Great to be here with all of you. I'm particularly excited because one of my goals from 2018 was to perform a stand-up comedy routine live in public. Nothing like waiting till the last minute, right? And I thought about it, I was nervous, but decided to ultimately, bite the bullet and just go for it. So I signed up.
You got this!
Well, I've actually got to level with you because I've never used bite the bullet before in a sentence, because it falls into a category of phrases I like to call common phrases that annoy me because they make absolutely no sense. And yet, you hear these things all the time. How about this one? You're comparing apples and oranges. Those two things are so unlike each other. You can't do that. You're comparing apples and oranges. If you're trying to make a point about two things that are so dissimilar that they cannot be compared, is that really the best analogy you can come up with? Apples and oranges? They're both fruits, about the same size. They make delicious fruit juices for breakfast. In fact, now that I think about it, they're close to identical. And yet people are using this and comparing it like you're comparing a moose and a curling iron. They're just not that different. Here's another one. Oh, to be a fly on the wall. Oh, I really wish I was there to see that. Oh, to be a fly on the wall. Are you sure? Because I don't think you thought that through all the way. Because after you see whatever it is you're dying to see, you're still a fly. You couldn't tell anyone even if you wanted to. Plus, your life expectancy has now been shortened to about a day, and that's kind of a bummer. One might even call it a buzzkill. Here's another common phrase. So, have a taste of your own medicine. Oh boy, I hope you get a taste of your own medicine. Thank you. I don't make medicine, but if I did, I'd like to believe it'd be quite tasty. Here's another common phrase that make no sense. Oh, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Okay? Now, if there was an elephant in the room, I'm pretty sure no one would need to courageously address it. That would just be the thing to do. Can you imagine that? Mary Beth, do you have those quarterly numbers for us? Can you just, you know what, Cindy? Sorry, at this point we only have preliminary numbers. You know what, I'm sorry, I tried to ignore it, I just can't. I'm gonna need to address the elephant. All right, one more. This is one you probably hear all over the office. My calendar is up to date. Oh, send me an Outlook invitation. My calendar is up to date. What else would it be? Like, seriously, why is this phrase necessary? Here's something I've never heard. You know, Brian, we really should meet. Unfortunately, my calendar is not up to date, so do not, under any circumstances, send me an Outlook invitation. I will decline it out of principle. So 2018 was a big year for me, and actually a bunch of us here at Gap International. Do you know that 8 employees got engaged this year? Let's hear it for all the engaged. So I've got to be honest with you. As wonderful as being engaged is, there's one thing about it that just perplexes me more than anything else. And it's a question, really. So do you have a date yet? when's the wedding? The same day that Tori, my fiance, and I got engaged, we're talking mere hours after I popped the question, we've got people coming up to us. Oh, congratulations, so when's the date? Are you serious? Like already? Because I don't know how long it took you to research possible wedding venues, make a list of the ones you like, actually visit those venues, coordinate dates with all the different members of the bridal party, narrow it down to the few that you like, and ultimately select one to act as the backdrop for the most important day of your entire life. But that took us more than a few hours. And yet, in the coming days and weeks, it was the most common question I got. So I couldn't help it, I started messing with people. And it sounded something like this. Oh, Brian, congratulations. Do you have a date yet? Yeah, actually I do. Tori's gonna go with me. Hey, Brian, so when are you getting married? Well, you know, we decided to consult our psychic, and she told us to study the moon charts for the next 2.5 years, burn some sage, align our chakra, and then, you know, the answer would get revealed to us in a dream. So we're still waiting, but we'll let you know. But at some point, I just lost that. I couldn't help myself. Brian, when's the big day? You know, we thought it was best to wait until after the baby was born. It's probably going to be a while until Aunt Pat calls me again, but that had to be done. So it occurred to me that the reason this question gets asked so much is probably because people just don't have an alternative. So allow me to give you some advice on what questions you can ask newly engaged couples besides when's the date. Ready? Literally anything else. Does not matter what it is. For example, can I put in an early song request for the Macarena? I'm on the A-list, right? Or even, Brian, how does it feel to be the last member of your entire extended family to get married? Was that too specific? Okay. So maybe don't go with that one, but the others were still good. Now, not knowing where to start with this whole wedding planning process, we went to a wedding expo. Has anyone here ever been to one of those? It's a big event where lots of vendors get together and try to sell you their stuff. What could go wrong, right? So, we sign up, we show up hand in hand, we're all smiles, we walk in, it is hopping, there's people everywhere, they look like they're having the time of their lives. This could be good. But then I spot a couple on their way out. My eyes are particularly drawn to the groom-to-be, who does not look good. He's all disheveled, half his shirt's untucked. He looks exhausted. I think he's walking with a slight limp. Just a broken man at this point. It's been an hour, mind you. And then we lock eyes. He stares at me, shakes his head, and says something, but I couldn't hear him. I'm no lip reader, but I'm pretty sure he said, "Get out while you can." And at this point, I'm legitimately terrified because this guy is basically the creepy old man at the beginning of every horror movie I've seen. You know, the one that the campers run into at the gas station who says something ominous like, "You sure you want to go way up there?" And I wanted to chase after him, like, "What's waiting for me? What is that?" He was too quick for me. So we went in. Oh, by the way, you'll never guess what the #1 question you get asked at a wedding expo is. When's the date? But don't worry, at this point, I'm not even trying. We're brother and sister, we just came for free stuff, thanks a lot. So, you go in, and all sorts of vendors, each one trying to get you set up for the big day. And you've got your DJs, and your florists, and your photographers, the standard vendors. But there are some wild cards, too. Oh, yeah. Windows? Do you know there are window people at wedding expos? Oh yeah. Here's their pitch. We know you're not already in enough debt from spending a ton of money on a wedding, so why not throw in a brand new set of bay windows? Great. Just add that to my tab. Orthodontists are there. How about that? Instantly making everyone self-conscious about their smile. Great. Now, I don't know how long of an engagement people are planning, but on the other hand, if you've got 2 years and a snaggletooth, I could get it. But then I spot the life insurance guys. Okay, total mood killers. Because I'm just there trying to plan what's supposed to be the happiest day of my life, and all these two gentlemen want to talk about is the end of it. Cool, guys. But it did get me curious as to what that brainstorming session was probably like when these two guys got in a room and decided we're gonna go to a wedding expo and sell life insurance. Man, I wish I was in that meeting. Oh, to be a fly on that wall. Thanks, everybody.
The multi-talented Brian Lang.